It's time for our daily dose of cope, and we're sitting up here watching the Real House Leopards of DC. We're watching DC because Jerlissimo Big Mac is having his butt fluffing parade today. So of course our eyes are on DC, but let's go ahead and jump into some of these leopards are feasting stories from today. We've talked about this alabaster illegal before, Casper Erickson. He's locked up. He's locked up. They won't let him out. They won't let him out. He's locked up. And he's blaming Biden, which is really weird. Let's read a clip of this interview. It says, proud patriots and Trump supporters. Long before Casper Erickson's arrest, the family were proud Trump supporters. And if you check his social media, you'll see over 2,000 posts that are either against the Biden administration or in favor of Donald Trump. Interviewer, can you understand if someone thinks that you yourself are to blame for being caught up in the system? His answer, the reason I'm sitting here is more or less a product of the Biden administration. It was them who let me go through this whole process without ever saying there was a problem. They weren't keeping watch. It wasn't until Trump that things were put in order. So he is blaming the Biden administration for not checking on him. He didn't do his paperwork, and it's Biden's fault that he didn't. So there you have it, guys. And this is just the reminder of the illegal immigrant, the alabaster illegal, and his wife and all 4 of his kids. And his wife is currently pregnant. It says a Mississippi man, but this should say the alabaster illegal and green card holder who has been in the United States for over a decade and didn't do his paperwork was detained at what was supposed to be a routine immigration appointment, throwing his family's life into turmoil, according to an account from his wife. And his wife is currently pregnant. He was the sole breadwinner, and now they're like living out of an RV or something, simply because she had all these kids with him and he was illegal. So she was basically aiding and abetting a criminal, and they should all have to get put out the country. Today is Barack Obama's birthday, and Jerlissimo Big Mac is having a butt fluffing parade. He's out here celebrating himself for some strange reason on Barack Obama's birthday. And I do want you to see some of the flair that we have here as far as his military pins, because he is a draft dodger, but decided to have a multi-million-dollar butt fluffing parade in his honor, despite the fact that he has absolutely no honor. Tommy Tuberville took to his social media platform to wish Jerlissimo Big Mac a happy birthday. He says, happy birthday to our favorite president. That's what he said on his social media platform to Jerlissimo Big Mac. So let's look at some of the comments underneath this post. Revel River says, our favorite no longer. He's just the latest neocon warmonger when we thought we had voted for the opposite. The parade charade today is perfectly timed. It should be rebranded as a funeral procession for the collapsed credibility of a dead man walking failed administration. Okay, so he's a little bit upset. Then Glenn says, first you need to make a statement about this tragedy that occurred in Minnesota. Secondly, this parade today is nothing more than about your ego and nothing else. I voted for you 3 times, and with that being said, you need to pay for this parade yourself. This is nothing but a butt fluffing parade. He just wants to congratulate himself on absolutely nothing. Now we got Texas Xenia saying, I voted for you 3 times, but this goddamn parade makes me sick. I just lost my brother, a Purple Heart recipient, but due to a effing lack of funds, he had no help. F you and your parade. If you want to verify this account, DM me. I'm really pissed. Now we got Lane saying, seriously, sir, I voted for you, but you don't need a parade for yourself. That's some Kim Jong-un type crap. Jerlissimo Big Mac is not making his voters very happy, not all of his voters very happy with this butt fluffing parade. Now we have Ben Swann, and Ben Swann trusted that Trump was not going to take us into any new wars. And this is what he said. Trump was literally elected by tens of millions of Americans who trusted him. And I'm still baffled that they trusted him. But anyways, trusted him to fulfill his campaign promise of no new wars, to stop the march toward World War III. We trusted him when he brought in Tulsi Gabbard and J.D. Vance with him, when he brought in RFK Jr. into his campaign and administration. Donald Trump can still make good on that promise and walk away from globalists and neocon, neoliberal warmongers who have decided that their plans to plunge us into the next world war will not be thwarted. Trump can stop them still, but it will take incredible bravery to stand up and say no. Just as tens of millions of Americans stood up for you, Mr. President, you must stand up for us. No more wars. The thing is, Trump is weak. Trump is as weak as his bladder, and the global population knows this. The global leaders know this. That's the reason why they're not scared of America anymore, because they know that Trump is not going to do anything. He is a weak bully who everybody knows will fold. He is a taco. Trump always chickens out. He reveres strong men. He does. He reveres dictators, but he has absolutely no power. He's weak. And that's the reason why he's always pooping on himself and farting on himself, because he has a weak bowel system as well. Now we have more MAGAtino news. This is an article from the New York Times. I'm just going to do a piece of it. It says, why immigration raids in Puerto Rico hit differently. Federal authorities on the island have recently detained hundreds of Dominicans who often share the same ethnic background, language, and culture as Puerto Ricans. This is Juan Vega, who migrated from the Dominican Republic in 2021. He was detained by immigration agents in January and held for nearly 2 months in Miami. Immigration raids have been so rare in Puerto Rico that its only detention facility in an office building next to a mall can only hold about 20 detainees. Yet federal authorities in the United States territory have detained more than 500 people since Trump took office in January. The escalation has upset many Puerto Ricans who are American citizens and has underscored their uneasy relationship with Washington. Juan Vega, who migrated by boat from the Dominican Republic in 2021, said he always felt welcome in Puerto Rico. He had Dominican friends, worked in construction, and married Iris Lazario, who had arrived by boat from the Dominican Republic in the late 90s, and now is a U.S. citizen. Then, one Sunday morning in January, Ms. Lazario sent him to buy an avocado. Mr. Vega, 48, was stopped by immigration agents outside the grocery store. Though he told them his immigration petition was pending, his wife had applied for his citizenship by marriage. They detained him anyway. He was sent to Miami, where he spent nearly 2 months in detention while his wife frantically tried to get him out. They went through 3 lawyers. She scraped together $10,000 to pay his bail. And that's the thing. That's honestly the thing about what's going on with these people, this regime. They are grabbing people even if they are trying to go about doing their paperwork and doing things the legal way. They're grabbing people up before they have had the opportunity to go through the process. So yes, they're technically undocumented, but they're still processing. But still, this woman was a Trump supporter, so she still did vote for this. All right. So it says, Mr. Vega, who said he lost 23 pounds in detention, is back in Puerto Rico. He carries a printout in his wallet with the details of his appointment in immigration court next month. His wife carries a copy of her naturalization certificate. I feel persecuted, said Ms. Lazario, 50. I don't feel comfortable anymore. She said that when she supported Trump last year, Puerto Ricans can only vote for president in primaries, not the general election. She never thought he would go after people like them who build roofs, paint houses, and remove debris. She is so angry and scared. She said that once the couple paid the debts they accumulated during Mr. Vega's detention, between $25,000 and $30,000, she said she is considering leaving Puerto Rico after more than 3 decades. She says she would return to the Dominican Republic. Trump is a liar. The fact that these people believe that he was only going to go after the criminals makes them absolutely ridiculous. And I'm tired of these people saying this dumb stuff. But they're paying for it majorly. Now, I'm moving on to this farmer that knowingly uses undocumented laborers to work his farm. And like one of these comments that I'm about to show you, why do these people not get targeted and arrested when they knowingly use undocumented workers, even as ICE comes and plucks these people up?
I'm in trouble, bad trouble.
Yeah. Smith's 200 acres need 20 pickers, mostly Mexican nationals.
There is not enough documented people here to supply that workforce.
Most of your workers are here illegally.
But sure, if they got documentation, they got a better job working for me.
Fernando Aldeman, a Mexican national, has worked Smith's farm since 1992.
Everybody's just scared.
Yeah.
Now, are you here legally? No.
No.
So, are you scared?
Yeah, I'm scared. I'm scared, you know.
Smith's pickers make about $100 a day. He supports immigration laws, just not this one that threatens his third-generation family farm.
You want to get rid of illegal immigrants, quit eating. And that's for everybody. That's, nationwide. If you want to get rid of them, quit eating.
Reb here saying the owners are the real ones breaking the law, and they honestly need to be held to account for breaking the law.
It's giving KGB, baby. Yeah, it is. It's not fun. It's giving Putin. It's giving Mao. I don't like it. There's been other presidents that have been posed with the question of a military parade, and they were like, no, we don't want to seem like the military is operating on our behalf. But he seems to be completely okay with people thinking that the military's in his pocket, and quite frankly, I think he wants it to be in his pocket.
He's equal to North Korean dictator. We might as well have our own dictator. Why not try it? No, I think it's stupid, it's a waste of money and funds, and it's vainglorious. And a man like Trump, he eats that stuff up because he doesn't read books. The man has no ideas. He just has whims. And he has ideas that just shift overnight.
Welcome to the first annual MAGA Flag Day Parade Spectacular, broadcasting live here in front of the White House. Listen to those people, folks. I'm actually getting word that there are more spectators at today's parade than both the first and second Obama inauguration. Leading today's parade, it's the world's largest MAGA hat balloon filled with hot air. And trust me, there's going to be a lot of hot air today. Another new addition to today's parade is the Build a Wall float. Look at that craftsmanship, laying brick by brick. Nothing says freedom like a wall, right, Samantha? That's right, John. We're down here on Constitution Avenue, where we've basically thrown out the Constitution in preparation from our performance by ICE, which is going to broadcast live via satellite from Los Angeles. And that ought to be special. My personal favorite has to be the Trumpettes, who are going to perform their traditional high kick. Whoa, there goes the Elon balloon, folks. I guess we didn't have time to cut that with such short notice. You know what? Let's take this moment to go check in with one of our correspondents, Brandon, who's out in the field. Let's go, Brandon. How you doing out there? Thanks, John. Uh-oh, it looks like our top secret balloon is leaking again. But I can guarantee you there are no Epstein files, really, trust me. But you know what? Someone better call Pete Hegseth because he is a pro at sharing top secret information. We're just lucky it's not a signal balloon, am I right? So true. Now let's take a moment to show the viewers at home what else we have to look forward to today. The first annual MAGA parade features big celebrities such as Roseanne Barr, Kanye West, and a live performance by Carrie Underwood with no backing track. She really does like singing a cappella. Also, we want to take some time to wish the president happy birthday. Number 45 and, of course, number 47 himself. Happy birthday, sir. Oh, and here he is, bringing it home in glorious fashion. The man of the hour himself. Waving from his golden golf cart, it's our president, Donald J. Trump. What a phenomenal, amazing birthday. Flag day. Military celebration. Honestly, who cares? It's really all about me. Coming up, Rudy Giuliani and Mike Lindell when the MAGA Day Parade continues, only on Fox.
Happy birthday, King Trump. Happy birthday, King Trump. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, King Trump.